What is up, YouTubers? This is Okie Addiction coming at you from the great state of Oklahoma. I'm getting ready to take my modem to Cox and trade it back in. Well, I actually went and traded it out for a new modem last week. Now I'm going to take the old one back so I don't get charged for it on my bill. But this is another test of the mic. I had to rearrange it because I found out on the trip to Southern California it was making a lot of popping noise. And I actually had a pretty good mic set up, but I switched it out for another one, and unfortunately, stupid me, I didn't test it out before leaving for Southern California. I should have just kept my old one that worked. But now I made a few adjustments and we're going to test it out and see how it goes on kind of like highway speeds, see what kind of wind noise we get. So let's get on the road here. It's actually pretty nice out. It's in the mid 80s, I believe. It says it feels like it's 90, but right now it feels good in the shade because I'm in the garage. But it has been a lot nicer than it has been. Summer is not my favorite time of the season here in Oklahoma. Fall is coming up, which is one of my favorite seasons. It's also trout season, and I do a lot of camping in my RV, so I'll be doing a lot of videos in my RV, and you'll be going on some trips with me trout fishing. Oh, there's Sherry. There's my wife. She's probably going, what is he doing? I'm going to take the old modem back to the Cox place. Huh? Can you hear me? Okay. But I'll be back. What?
Why did you go do that earlier?
Huh?
Why did you do that earlier?
I was being lazy. Huh? Huh. Alright, well, I'll be back in about 30 minutes. Alright, let's see if this GoPro works. Let's see, what do we want to play? I could actually turn on my headset here. Phone connected. All right. Test with the face shield cracked. Not on the highway yet, but hopefully it's working. This is actually my last day off before I switch to day shift, which is in the morning. So I'll be getting up at 5 a.m. instead of getting up in the afternoon. Stupid me. Why do I always leave this undone? I always forget. Ooh, I gotta turn this music down. What is up, everybody? It's Okie Addiction coming at you from the great state of Oklahoma. Just thought I'd get out and get a short ride in. Taking my modem back to Cox. I got a new modem, an updated one that is able to take greater speeds. which is always good when you have a lot of streaming going on in your house. I've got 2 teenage girls, and I like watching movies myself, so it's all good. This is actually my last day off in which I'm working nights. I start days tomorrow. After 28 plus years on night shift, I'm finally going to day shift. It's getting harder and harder to recover. When you work night shift, you actually lose a day off. So sometimes I would work 3 12s, be off 1 day, and work 3 more. So it's really called a fake off, because you get home at 7 a.m. and in my younger days, I used to be able to either stay up all day or take a 2 or 3 hour nap, and bam, I was up and I was ready to go. But it's getting a little bit harder and harder to do. I've been getting up later and later, and it just seems like I sleep my day off away. And if you only have 1 day off in between days, then that's really not a day off. You just slept it away. And on night shift, if you have 2 days off, it's only 1 day off for. And if you have 3 days off, you are really off 2 days, because you really lose a day whenever you're on night shift. But at least now, when I go to days, I get off at 7 p.m. and my actual days off don't even start until the next day. So I get to go home in the evening, eat dinner with the family, chill out. It's going to be a nice change. The kids are looking forward to it. My wife is looking forward to it. It's going to take a little bit of adjustment because I've worked night shift for so long, but we're going to make it work. I'm losing a little bit of pay, but that's okay. Night shift differential, I believe it's like $3 an hour, but you know what, they pay you that extra money because those shifts are hard on your body. I'm willing to make that trade. We can make it happen. I'm headed southbound. Norman is just to the south here. I live right on the border of Norman, Oklahoma and Moore, Oklahoma. Tornado Alley, if you want to call it that. We've got pretty good warning systems out here that we feel relatively safe. That's not to say that one just might pop up out of nowhere, because that can happen. But at least we have some kind of warning. I mean, if you're watching the weather and you know conditions are right for it, then you get prepared for it. Not like some places like California with those earthquakes. I mean, those things happen, bam, you don't have any warning whatsoever. And we do have our share of earthquakes around here, but not anywhere near what they have in California, where the buildings all shake and everything. I mean, we have it here, but they're just not that widespread. They might like be in some regional areas. A lot of times I don't even feel them. I hear on the news, earthquake today, and I'm like, what? Earthquake? I didn't feel a dang thing. The Indian dealer is right up the road here. I don't live too far away from the dealership, which is kind of nice. Every once in a while I like to pop in, look at the bikes, look at the inventory, see what they got. careful on this road. They like to hide out in those raid cars, nabbing people. And those raid cars look just like just a regular old car until you get the flashing lights. Man, I'm hitting every light. What is the deal? Hopefully I'm not talking too loud because I've got the like I said, hopefully I'm not talking too loud because I've got the iPhone. I've got iMusic going, and these speakers I have in the helmet work pretty darn good. I guess we'll find out when I load this up onto the computer. And see how I sound. Hopefully it's picking up the pipes. Love the sound of those pipes. Made a little tweak to my ape hangers. I moved them forward a little bit. On that trip to Southern California, they were probably just a little bit too close to me. But it's a process, right? You ride and you tweak, you ride and you tweak until it becomes perfect. I'm almost to that point. I've adjusted the clutch, the brakes, the ape hangers. Starting to get really comfortable. Getting tweaked to where I could just close my eyes and know where everything exactly is. Also on my trip, I noticed on my motovlog videos, or my videos going to Southern California, that my camera was actually set up high, and that kind of got in the way of the view. So I put it underneath the bars here, and we'll see how that looks when I get back. Also, it should look pretty good. Before, on the video, the phone was right almost smack dab in the middle of the picture, and that it kind of sucked for the viewer, so I apologize for that. I believe now I have it set in a place where it's going to be quite nice. The view will be nice. Hopefully this mic is working well, and yeah, we'll be all set up. I put a dead cat around the mic. I had a foam buffer, whatever you want to call that, but it just was not adequate enough at highway speeds. And the mic I had on there before, it worked for highway speeds. Unfortunately, I made a change prior to leaving for SCMM 2019 without testing it, and of course it didn't work out very well, so that was my fault. So it's still the same system. I just put a actual fuzzy dead cat around it, repositioned it, so hopefully it's working. If not, then I'm just going to go back to my old setup. And if you want to know what that is, well, it's just an old iPhone earbud mic. I don't know what it is about that thing. Well, actually, I have a hypothesis, okay? If you want to call it that. But if you think about it, that iPhone is designed to be used in the open air. So it must have a built-in buffer system already into it. And what I did was I cut one earbud off, and then I wrapped that mic with an additional dead cat. And man, that thing works really, really well. Who would think a $3 earbud would work better than these $25 to $50 lavalier mics? But that seems to be the case. I have a lavalier mic in right now, but if it works, see, another light. What is the deal here? But if it works, I'm just going to leave it, unless it doesn't work as well as that iPhone mic. So when I get home and get this loaded up, we'll check it out, and if it sucks, I'm going back to the iPhone mic and we will be done with that. I'll be done experimenting after that. I'll have everything set the way I want it. I've been through 3, maybe 4 different mics, and it seems like I always go back to the iPhone earbud mic. So this will be the last test with the lavaliers. If this one doesn't work, it'll be back to the old, because that worked out really well. I mean, that worked out even when it was pouring down rain. Traffic noise, rain noise, wind noise, and people could hear me. Getting into the newer part of Norman here. Cops should be up here to the left, not too far away. Alright, I think I'm just going to sign off and enjoy the ride for the rest of the day. Alright, until next time, people, stay safe, stay true to yourself, and live your best life. Woo! Woo! Let's do that again. Sweet home Alabama.